downtown Mansfield asking people the question, what is love?
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
Hi, sir, tell me in your own words, what is love?
It's the fellow that works up in the second floor of the old Sears building.
Now explain that. What do you mean?
It's my husband, and he's a great guy.
Doing for others. Being unselfish.
What is love?
Easy question.
Right, yeah. Good grief. That's a difficult question.
Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
Oh my goodness. Love is friendship.
What is love? Trust. I guess trust and dedication is what I would say.
Basically, how you feel about things like your wife or your car or your home or your children, you know. The feelings that you have for them with the emotions or whatever, you know.
Well, what kind of love?
Well, you tell me.
Well, there's, I think, like, the love with you can trust someone, you have respect for them, you can tell them anything. I don't know, it's hard to explain what love is, I think. It's just something how you feel.
Love is self-sacrifice, and love is putting the needs of others before yourself.
Let's say if I loved my wife, I would respect her and show her my love that way. Being obedient.
I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is.
The emotions and feelings you feel towards others.
Oh, good grief.
Easy one for you.
No, it isn't. I can't give you a good answer. It's emotional.
Love is a feeling inside of you that just makes you happy and brings you total joy, and you want to be with that person always.
What is love?
What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. That's the first thing that comes to mind, but that's the song. What is love? I think that love is when, for me, when two people really care about each other, and take care of each other when times are hard, and kissing and making love, like having sex. Love to me is like, I guess there's lots of forms of love, but love for me is like my favorite kind of love is like a boyfriend sort of relationship, a romantic relationship. And yeah, I feel like I've been in love or loved people in the past, like in that way. The person I think I loved most was my second boyfriend. And we went through so many hard times, but then like looking back, it seems like it was such a wonderful time. I think sometimes love also seems like it was better in hindsight than it is in the present. Because my most recent relationship, right now I think it was kind of terrible in a lot of ways, and I don't want to be back in it. But I can imagine being in my next relationship, looking back thinking, oh, that was so great. We were so in love. So, I don't know, love is an interesting thing, but I still want love, and I still want someone to love me, and I still want to love someone else. And I don't know when that's going to happen. That's the weird thing. You can't make it happen either. It just seems to like it needs to happen naturally. So I'm waiting for it, waiting for love. And love is, as Amy Winehouse would say, a losing game. That's what I think.
Love Love is the master key that opens the gates of happiness. Love binds us all together. Love trumps everything.
Love for me means feeling fulfilled in myself and feeling that I can be the best I can be with the people around me and helping them be the best they can be.
Yeah, to me, love is the act of caring for each other, the act of just knowing that somebody is there that needs you and you are there for the person. That's all what it means for me.
Love to me means, reminds me of the word serendipity. And it's also a movie. To me, you can't plan love. Love just happens, and that's what it means to me.
Love for me is that personal chemistry that can happen between any two people. And when it's different people in different situations, well, it will manifest in different ways. And it's kind, and it's patient, and it's long-suffering.
Love is knowing that you could live your life without that person, but you just don't want to.
To me, love means always being ready to forgive and cherishing relationships with people more than thinking it's important to be right or always getting the last word.
L'amour, c'est quand on partage avec quelqu'un qu'on ne connaît pas et quand on l'aime bien. Et quand on lui montre des choses nouvelles qu'il ne connaît pas et comme on lui dit des choses qu'il ne connaît pas.
L'amore vuol dire parlare due lingue diverse e capirsi lo stesso con un sorriso. L'amore vuol dire prendere un treno, un autobus, una metro, poi un aereo, solo per ritrovarsi e incontrarsi. L'amore è smettere di credere ai pregiudizi e quando ti chiedono ma perché il tuo ragazzo non è italiano, dire lo amo.
So to me, love is air, love is blood, love is something that sustains you, love is something that keeps you moving. You need to live your life as if love depends on it, because it does.
So love is just like a muscle. You work it, it takes good shape, and you don't work it, it doesn't.
Love
just
to
like
me
life.
is acceptance. And it's accepting someone, something, everything for what it is. And finding the beauty in that person or that thing or the world. I feel that a lot of times we associate love purely in a romantic way with another person, but I find that I feel most comfortable when I envision love as a much larger thing. And I feel that it makes life easier because you find the beauty in what's around you and in everyday life. And that makes living through every day beautiful and easier for me.
Love
means you like someone a lot.
Love is being with someone that you care about.
Love, to me, is extremely subjective. There's a lot of different kinds of love.
There's love for yourself, there's love for your friends or family members, and then there's romantic love.
Like not being able to be without that person, like if you lose them, it's like doing about half of yourself, really.
Love is a connection between two people.
I don't know, I'm a teenager, I don't know that really it.
You're with the person who you have an emotional bond with, and you find ways to express that emotional bond through everyday life.
I guess love is when two people have mutual feelings for each other and they share those feelings.
Love is something that can change over time, but it's also something that you can rely on being there.
You can't really describe it. It's not something you can describe. It's something
that you feel.
Well, what is love? I actually did look this up once in a dictionary, and the definition was something like concern for another person arising from kinship or personal ties. And I thought it was just such a bland description of what love actually is. And farther down on the list was something that, towards the bottom of the list, which I actually thought was more kind of in tow with what I think love actually is. And it was something along the lines of unselfish, what was it? Unselfish concern or benevolence. What was it? Unselfish concern or benevolence for the good of another. And I actually think that's kind of more in tow with the way that I view love, and that's something that's not, that, you know, there's nothing loaded behind it, something you don't really think about, but it's, you know, good for somebody else, and you're not expecting anything in return. So, you know, coming from both sides of how you actually feel about that person, you would do anything for that person. Yeah, I kind of think that's what love is, whether it's romantic or intimate love, or, you know, friendly love or family love, or whatever it is that one would consider love to be. I think that it should come from a place of just not really thinking about it, just letting it be and letting it add something positive to someone's life.
Entertaining the question of what is love to me engenders a certain newborn presence, a fresh and profound sense of connection and soulful joy. When I'm perceiving from this gentle space, I feel love in the cells of my body. I see love reflected in the eyes of my beloved. I experience love when holding hands in our community. To me, love is being empathic instead of indifferent towards those who are incapable of reciprocating love. Love to me is felt when I give, and I can hear its growing whispers in the hearts of the homeless and runaway youth that I counsel. I see it in the photographs I make, in the risks that I take, and in the friendships and family ships I'm so fortunate to sail along with in this shining voyage of my life.
Dearest Jenna, you taught me so many life lessons that ultimately led me to invest myself entirely in the strife to become a virtuous man. I will always love you. Dearest Simon, you stood beside me even when I tried to push you away. You listened to my nonsense while I figured out how to practically apply it all. I will always love you. Dearest Maria, you sent me on a journey that enabled me to repair my own heart. I will always love you. I look forward to my future journeys where I will find many that I will come to love. But ultimately, I await for the day that I will find my reflection that I can invest myself fully into. Is that one you? Until that day, I look forward to providing every interested ear in this world with quality content that offers the infrastructure for each person to learn how to live a reflected life, if they so choose. I will do my best to love you all to the best of my abilities. It is all for you, humanity.
What is love? Love is liking someone because of their flaws, not in spite of them. That their smile can make your day that much better. Where you can look into their eyes and nothing has to be said. Just sit in silence without it being awkward. It simply cannot be put into words. It's just that feeling when you look at someone and you just know that they're right for you at that moment. They're perfect in your eyes. That's my best definition of love. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me.
Love you guys.
Thank you.
Try to look into the camera, into the lens of life.
Mickey is my name. And my son Joshua.
Yeah.
My name's Dennis, and this is my wife Yuri, and this is my son Andrew, my daughter Claudia, and my son Eldrick.
Joe Sarti.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Rachel.
Do you think that's possible?
That's a great question.
Okay.
I don't know what to say.
That's okay.
You know what love means? When I say I love you, what do you think?
Unconditional love means
I'll define it for the sense of defining it, but I don't believe it's something that's defined.
Just give, without expecting anything in return.
It makes me feel safe.
I think love is scary.
It just makes me like feel good.
Yeah, whatever they do, we love them.
It's fun. I like when you say that. That's what is my favorite.
It's never difficult to love him, ever.
When I see them, I feel happy. And if I don't see them, I miss them.
And if you think about the love you have for your kids, for your family, regardless of what happened, the love is always there because it's unconditional.
My dad would hug and kiss me in front of everybody.
Had this amazing ability to unconditionally love.
He didn't look at it going like, well, I have to maintain an image here in front of my friends at the bar. You know, no, it was like, it's my son, I love him.
Even when I was in trouble or had made a wrong choice.
So my mom was a single parent.
I'm adopted, and they're the only family I've known.
I think that I loved so very much. And then I saw that it could go, and it hurt so very much. What's happening is that feeling of like, I love you, you don't know when it's gonna happen. You don't know when you're gonna be out there by yourself alone again.
You know, if she don't love me, that will make me really sad. And that will really hurt my feelings.
I had been conditional in my life. I had to touch suffering. I had to have my heart broken you know, by a girl, same girl twice, of all things. Think I would have learned my lesson the first time, you know, and I didn't.
We don't let the expectation stop us. If you do not let that expectation become a condition to your love, then I think your love is still unconditional.
I recognize that things will change. And so if I can build this love,
Non-attached to anything. Not because you're not committed, not because you're not loyal, not because you don't care.
an unconditional love for myself no matter what, I have some place to come back to.
Unconditional love is also non-attachment.
So that is why we have to develop this inside.
Conscious choice action.
There'd be a lot more communication.
There will be no war.
I would feel very secure.
It'll be very quiet, it'll be very peaceful, there'll be a stillness.
God, that feels good.
I love you, Mom.
I love you too, baby.
Yeah.
My name is Sam Vaknin, and I'm the author of Malignant Self-Love, Narcissism Revisited. Narcissists are incapable of truly loving, and yet they experience some feeling, a modicum of emotion, which they insist is love. So what gives? Well, narcissists love their spouses or other significant others as long as they continue to reliably provide them with narcissistic supply. In one word, with attention. Inevitably, narcissists regard others as mere sources, objects, functions, or extensions of themselves. Lacking empathy and emotional maturity, the narcissist's so-called love is pathological. The precise locus of the pathology depends on the narcissist's stability or instability in different parts of his life. There are two types of narcissistic love, pathologized as it may be. One type of narcissist loves others as one would get attached to objects. He loves his spouse, for instance, simply because she exists and is available to provide him with narcissistic supply. He loves his children because they are part of his self-image as a successful husband or father. He loves his friends because and as long as they provide him with narcissistic supply and as long as he can exploit them, as long as they are exploitable and gullible. So these are objects, sources in his life. He doesn't really regard them as three-dimensional human beings with their own needs, preferences, wishes, and priorities. To him, they are two-dimensional cardboard cutouts. They are representations of functions, of his needs, of his priorities, of his wishes. Such a narcissist reacts with alarm and rage to any sign of independence and autonomy in his charges. He tries to freeze everyone around him in their allocated positions and assigned roles. His world is rigid and immovable, predictable and static, fully under his control. Such a narcissist punishes for transgressions against this ordained order. He stifles life as a dynamic process of compromising and growing. He renders life instead a mere theater, a tableau vivant, a cult. The other type of narcissist abhors monotony and constancy, equating them in his mind with death. He seeks, actually, instability, chaos, upheaval, drama, and change, but only when they conform to his plans, designs, and views of the world and especially of himself. Only when they conform to his false self. Thus, the narcissist, or such a narcissist, does not encourage growth in his nearest and dearest. By monopolizing their lives, he, like the other kind of narcissist, also reduces them to mere objects, props in the exciting drama of his life. This second type of narcissist likewise rages at any sign of rebellion and disagreement, but, as opposed to the first type of narcissist that we described, he seeks to animate others with his demented energy, grandiose plans, manic and megalomaniacal self-perception. He is an adrenaline junkie. His world is a whirlwind of comings and goings, reunions and separations, loves and hates, vocations adopted and discarded, schemes erected and dismantled, enemies turned friends, and vice versa. His universe is equally a theater, but a more ferocious and chaotic one. So where is love in all this? Where is a commitment to the loved one's welfare, the discipline, the extension of oneself to incorporate the beloved, the mutual growth? Well, in the narcissist world, this kind of mature love is nowhere to be seen. The narcissist love is hate and fear disguised. The narcissist's so-called love is fear of losing control and hatred of the very people his precariously balanced personality so depends on. The narcissist is egoistically committed only to his own well-being. To him, the objects of his love are interchangeable, replaceable, and therefore, by definition, inferior to him. The narcissist idealizes his nearest and dearest and closest, not because he is smitten by emotion, not because he loves them, but because he needs to captivate them and to convince himself that they are worthy sources of narcissistic supply. He is aware of their flaws and mediocrity, but he lies to them and to himself about these in order to elevate them into high-level, high-octane, high-quality sources of supply. Once he deems his sources of supply, his nearest, his closest, his dearest, useless, once he deems them useless, he discards and devalues them cold-bloodedly. A predator, always on the lookout, always on the prowl, he debases the coin of love, as he corrupts everything else in himself and around him, incessantly and inexorably.
I don't know why you're not there. I give you my love, but you don't care. So what is right? What is wrong? Give me a sign. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. What is love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't you hurt me no more, no more.
Let me define what love is with some verses of the Bible. They're found in 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4 through 7. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It is not boastful. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Happy Valentine's Day.
Hello there, this is Sandy Root here. Today I wanted to talk about love and gratitude in your business and in whatever you're wanting to manifest in your life, whatever you're desiring, like having that feeling of love and gratitude and being in that energy field. I've been reading a few books, and actually in the first 2 weeks, like they both hit on this topic of love. And one of the books is talking about the law of attraction. And a lot of times when people are practicing the law of attraction, or have watched The Secret, and it looks so simple, like all I have to do is think about this car that I want and visualize it, and it will appear, or the house, or the money, or whatever it is that you're desiring in your life, or to get rid of an illness, that it's so simple. And a lot of people fail with the law of attraction or believe it doesn't work because they do that, and then, okay, I still haven't gotten this thing that I keep visualizing about or thinking about. And a big thing that's missing, first of all, if you're not taking action, you need to take steps to go towards that desire. It's not just going to appear from sitting around watching TV all day, or something like that. You have to take steps and visualize the steps that will get you there and take action. But a big part of it that a lot of people may not realize or be aware of is that it takes these higher vibrations of feeling to be in the correct energetic field, the magnetic field that is going to attract the things that you desire to you. And those higher vibration emotions are like gratitude and love. So if you're in the lower vibration feelings like fear, worry, anger, resentment, you're blocking that. Nothing can come through in that field of all that you desire if you're in these lower emotional states. And of course, it feels like, of course, it makes sense, but it's for a lot of people, it's hard to practice. And so one of the techniques I was reading in one of the book is, really practice having that feeling of love. And one way you can do that is think of someone in your life that you love, or have loved. It doesn't have to be present. Anybody that you can think of that you love, that gives you that feeling inside of you. Imagine going to give them a hug and telling them I love you, and really, be with the feeling, feel that feeling of love. And the more you do it, the more you'll really feel that love. And you can practice this all the time, whenever you think about it, so that you get used to carrying that feeling of love throughout your life, no matter what's going on through the dips and highs. Being able to be in love and feel love through your life. And when you have that feeling, you can just acknowledge, I feel love, and that in that feeling you can manifest your desires. So it was very, I really liked the hearing these things lately, because it totally makes sense. If you're worrying about stuff and having a vision in your head while you're worrying, or in a fear state, then of course it just doesn't align with the desire. And then we do a morning mindset call on this team that I'm on, and we're reading the book Think and Grow Rich. And we're on this chapter now called Sex Transmutation, which it's a very, very awesome chapter. It's not just about sex, but transmuting that energy into whatever you're doing in your life, into whatever you desire into your life, that creative energy. And towards the end of the chapter, he goes into love and how, when you're desiring stuff, when you're desiring riches or whatever it is, love is like a driving force for that. And so I just wanted to touch on a paragraph in the book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. The road to genius consists of the development, control, and use of sex, love, and romance. Briefly, the process may be stated as follows. Encourage the presence of these emotions as the dominating thoughts in one's mind, and discourage the presence of all the destructive emotions. The mind is a creature of habit. It thrives upon the dominating thoughts fed it. Through the faculty of willpower, one may discourage the presence of any emotion and encourage the presence of any other. Control of the mind through the power of will is not difficult. Control comes from persistence and habit. The secret of control lies in understanding the process of transmutation. When any negative emotion presents itself in one's mind, it can be transmuted into a positive or constructive emotion by the simple procedure of changing one's thoughts. So anytime you feel like you're in a negative place, like worry or fear, you can change that. Think of the opposite, the positive side of that. And when you're thinking of someone you love, to practice feeling that love feeling. It could be anybody or anything. It could be the sun is shining, the trees. It could be the stranger next to you on the train. Just practicing love for everything and everyone. And in the beginning, it's probably easier to go with people that to really feel that deep love, and then you can move it around everywhere in the world and really feel love for everything. And it's amazing how things flow into your life. Things from years ago that you desired will suddenly be able to flow into your life. And I'll just end with another sentence from Think and Grow Rich. Love is, without question, life's greatest experience. It brings one into communion with infinite intelligence. So let's practice feeling love and gratitude and be in those higher vibrations. It not only changes our lives, it changes the lives of everyone around us, the planet, the earth, humanity, and our business. It's so important for our businesses too, to be in a place of love and giving. So I hope you enjoy this, and I'd love to hear your comments below, any experience you've had with the law of attraction and what's worked for you. And to learn more about what I'm doing, click on the link below, enter your email, watch the free video, and I will see you soon. Thank you.